Welcome back to learning about the instrument families. Ms. Entuk taught you about the brass. Now let's go to Mr. Alvarado so he can teach you about percussion.
Thanks, Mr. Esquivel. I'm Mr. Alvarado, and I teach percussion at Oak Run Middle School. And we're going to talk about some of the percussion instruments that are in the percussion family. Some people think that playing percussion just involves drums or drum set, and that kind of makes me sad sometimes. Hello, darkness, my old friend. But we're going to learn about a couple more instruments that are in the percussion family. Let's check them out. All right, so let's talk about auxiliary percussion. Auxiliary percussion are really cool sound effects that you might hear in some of the songs that you hear in movies and stuff. So we have a cymbal here, and cymbals can be crashed together, they can be hit, they make all kinds of crazy sounds like this. Another cool sound effect that you might hear a lot are the maracas. Kind of like a baby rattle, but two bigger baby rattles, and they kind of sound like this one. Part of the percussion family also is even the cowbell, which originated, on the neck of a cow, but they turned it into a musical instrument. Kind of sounds like this. We also have a tambourine. Has a bunch of jingles on the side, which are kind of fun, and they make a jingly sound when you hit it, like this. And last but not least for today is the triangle. You may recognize it from a famous commercial. Now, there are a bunch of other auxiliary instruments. These are just a few that we have, but pretty much anything that you can hit can become a percussion instrument. So also part of the percussion family are mallet instruments, meaning we hit them with the mallet. So we have the marimba right here. And as you heard, it sounds really pretty and really nice. You hit it with the yarn mallet, and you might have one at school. It's a little bit smaller that you get to play sometimes. We also have the glockenspiel, also known as the bells. It's a lot higher pitched, and it's made out of metal. It's a little bit different. There's also something called the xylophone. The xylophone is also made out of wood, but it's higher pitched than the marimba. So it plays
nice and high way up here.
And that's all the mallet instruments we have. Another part of the percussion family are the drums, which we all know about, I'm sure. And let's start with one of the smallest ones, the snare drum right here. And the snare drum used to only be made out of wood. Now they're made out of metal and other materials. They also have two heads on them. They used to be made out of animal skin, but now they're made out of plastic and synthetic stuff. But you hit it, and it makes a sound, right? So a bigger version of the snare drum is this bass drum right here.
And it plays really, really low.
So the bass drum gets hit with a mallet, and it's made out of wood also. Over here, we have the timpani. Sometimes known as the kettle drum also back in the day. And these are actually usually made out of copper, which is a really shiny metal at the bottom of it. And same thing, used to have animal skin head on it. Now we use plastic and stuff. This kind of makes a really low sound also. It can also make a really high sound. It's kind of cool, and you get to change the notes back and forth. So those are some drums. So those are just a few instruments that are a part of the percussion family. Obviously there are tons and tons of other instruments that are in the percussion family. Pretty much anything you can hit is a percussion instrument. So you should go home, try to hit some stuff, and make some percussion instruments. I'm Mr. Alvarado, and thanks for watching.